Because if you ski on regular snow, like idiots who don't know how to ski will injure themselves. No, you guys are going what? Most skiing places make their own snow. They don't just use the existing snow. Yeah, grooming the slopes is a regular. It is. It's really normal. You've heard of this actually? This is very common. Most even where I live or where I used to live, it's all man-made snow. And I'm from the north, so it depends if you're the actual mountains or not. Mountain snow is even worse sometimes, especially if you're in like a wetter area, because the wet snow will pile up really fast. And then it'll be like way too slippery, so they still have to make real snow. It just depends on like it's climate dependent, altitude dependent. There's a lot of different factors. What snow that's too wet is also bad, so they have to make their own. Yeah, never been skiing. Went snowmobiling. Cool. Ooh, how do they make snow? Snow machine? They've spurted out of these little snow machines. It's not all man-made. There's probably usually like a base of snow that exists, but they have to pad it with new fluff. Yeah, because it's just too dangerous if you don't. I just grew up in the north. This is what you do when you're bored. Yeah, they just set the weather ball to the snow. Yeah, something like, I've heard of it, but I never really went that far up into the mountains, but only because it's usually kind of expensive to stay there for a while. I used to live, my parents' house is like 20 minutes from the local skiing thing. It's just like a little hill, but it's just, we lived, like I'm on the Canadian border, like I'm pretty close, right? So it's not that much else to do. You go skiing in the winter because it's right there. You just drive over and it's right there. Yeah, so it's just something you do. That's why I ice skate too. Ice skating is for everyone. It's why Slovakia has so many hockey players. Yes, we also had many hockey players. We did not have our own ski. It's 20 minutes. You drive 20 minutes and then you come home for dinner. It's not like that. You're not going. Have you been ice skating again? No, I really want to. I was gonna go recently, but then I had other stuff to do, so I haven't been. But it's okay. I've looked up some rinks and I want to go. I put the ice skates in my car. And now they're just sitting there. That's so weird to say, my car. I put my ice skates in the back of my car just in case one of these days I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna go skating or something. Yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be nice. The idea of strapping deadly knives to my feet has always creeped me out. Yeah, but it feels so good. It feels so. You have to try it. You have to try it. So that's why she bought the car. Yeah, I just really wanted to go ice skating. I really wanted to go ice skating, that's all. Yeah, no other reason.
It is always funny to visit regions with nearly no snow, freaking out over 1 to 2 centimeters of snow when oneself comes from a heavy snow area.
Horo, where have you been? Thank you for 18 months. Yes. Snow is very common. It's something I'm very used to. It's just my whole life. My whole family we are snowy people. That's hilarious. 10 inches of snow in Pensacola yesterday. What's the game for today? We're gonna continue. Oh my god, I've been yapping for 2 hours. I'm gonna continue KCD. We're gonna keep KCDing. Ice skating is fun, but I'm worried people who want to spin in the rink don't want my throat getting cut off. Your feet aren't gonna... Usually the spinners go into the middle. You don't, you learn this. Any actual figure skater knows that you're not allowed to spin on the edges. You have to spin in the middle. That's fucking ice etiquette. What? Those people are fucking rude. You can't just spin all over the place. You have to go into the middle of the rink. What? People don't skate that fast anyway. You're gonna be fine unless someone's literally going like full speed trying to do an axle or something. You cannot spin right round. You don't spin on the sides. It's a fucking hazard. These people are no, that's not a thing. What if I fall down and get dragged into the middle, Final Destination style? If you are bad at ice skating, stay on the edges and hold the sides, right? Isn't it also that hockey skates are thinner, or was it thicker? I think hockey skates are... I actually don't know. I don't know if they're thicker or thinner, but I know that the angle at which they're sharpened is less. They have a wider... It's a wider angle on the hockey skate. Actually, if you look, they're thinner. The sharpening is different. So on figure skates... I feel like I should draw a picture for people who haven't really done ice stuff. If you don't know too much about ice, here, I'll draw a picture. I'll draw a picture to show you so you can understand. The way that the way they do it is different. Let me just reset the transform. There we go. There's my page. Here's my paint. Okay, so here's how ice skates work. This is how people do crossovers and stuff. If you don't know what that is, it's not a big deal. Okay, here's how ice skates. This is the blade of an ice skate, right? There's the shoe. This is what it looks like this, right? This is what it looks like. And for hockey skates, I believe it's more like this. It's not as severe of a sharpening. It's more like this, I believe. I think. I'm not sure. It could actually be deeper. One of them is deeper than the other. You know, I'm gonna Google it. Which has deeper edges, hockey or ice? Any Canadians in chat wanna tell me the truth? Shorter, wider blades, stiffer boots. Okay, hockey is shorter, wider blades. Yeah, it's a wider blade. So it's more like that. Yes, there we go. I didn't know skates were concave. Yeah, so the figure skating, because when you skate, actually, if this is your foot in your boot, imagine this is the ice, and here's you, and here's your ankles, I guess. Horrible drawing. What you're doing is you're actually skating only on one edge at a time. But this is a really bad picture. I feel like it's not very good, but you kind of only skate on one edge. Like this. You don't actually skate on both edges at the same time because you'll go really slow. You don't want to be like this. You actually want to be only on one edge at a time. That's how you like turn really fast, because you're actually only like that one blade is what's going into the ice and is like letting you move really quickly. Only on both edges to break. You can break on one edge. I'm pretty sure the hockey stop is literally when you just like push the outer edge or try and push both edges in, but then most of the pressure is getting applied like this, right? That's where the force is going. Yeah, it's just less friction. So on figure skates, you want to build up lots of momentum on it. So you're only on one edge most of the time. You shouldn't actually be skating on both edges. Most of the time when you're figure skating and doing like crossovers or moving really fast, you're on one edge. If you're trying to skate like kind of slowly, you can go straight up, but your feet are probably almost never gonna be like this. I can look at my hockey skates, I guess. Yeah, people don't really skate like this. Most of them skate like, so like if you've ever seen anyone going like in like a circle really fast, they're on their edges. They're only on edges. It's called I think the word is actually just straight up like you have to learn your edges. And so when you learn to figure skate, everyone skates in this figure 8, right? Everyone does this figure 8 thing. At least in figure skating, I don't know about hockey. I think hockey also does it, and they do it even crazier than figure skaters. So I'm pretty sure. So what happens is like when you're practicing it, you can only be on one edge for this entire circle, and then you need to be on another edge for the other circle. Like that's how you practice it. You do one edge at a time, and then you can only be on one edge for the whole circle. That's how you train your edges, actually. Yes, it's actually really hard to get unless you do it a lot. Like you have to do this, and then after a while you flip backwards. So there's like a little flip over here, and then you do backwards the other way. We do crossover figure 8s. Yeah. I did crossover figure 8s, and I did single edge figure 8s. And then I did figure 8s, and then with a flip in the middle to go backwards for the other half of the figure. There's a bunch of stuff that you have to do on a figure 8. There's lots of figure 8ing in ice skating. If you've ever ice skated or learned how to do it, they make you do tons of 8s. This is super technical. It's actually pretty technical. No, the flip is just like you just shift your weight around. Actually, it's funny. Sometimes when I'm just walking, if I turn around, if I ever do like 3D, which should be soon, if I do 3D, you might notice, or I guess if you pay attention, you might notice the way I still flip, even when I'm walking, is I'll actually just flip on one foot. And then I'll like pivot my body on the middle of my foot instead of like taking an extra step. So yeah, because that's how you turn around when you're ice skating, is you just put your weight in the middle of your foot and then you flip around and go backwards. So yes, sometimes I do that. That seems similar to dancer techniques. I think it gets so built into what you usually do. So it's just like a daily life thing now. So yeah, whenever I turn around, if I ever have to turn, I usually flip on one foot. It's weird. You might. It's like a military about face. Yeah, I guess. Sure, whatever. Yeah, something like that. Walk backwards and even run. You can run backwards? Oh, that's so cool. But yes.
Hey, you look different. Hell yeah.
Thanks! Yes, I do look a bit different. Can one ice skate while being straight, not asking about hockey? I think so. I think so. There are male figure skaters who are straight. That's the thing. As long as you keep dribbling the ball, yes, you can run backwards. Cool. Rugby's a crazy sport. It's so crazy. During dance lessons, they taught us how to flip on one foot and how to move your head and not become dizzy. When you're spotting the wall and you stare at one spot on the wall. Actually, when you're figure skating, you can't do the spot because we spin faster than ballerinas. So actually, if you try and focus on one spot, you'll get even more dizzy. So they just tell you to unfocus your eyes. They're just like, yeah, just don't look at anything. Don't bother. You can't spot. We spin actually. It's a faster spin than a ballerina can spin. So I just unfocus. Total Zen mode. People who ask that don't understand the amount of pull men in women's sports have simply do not understand. Probably, yeah, probably. Yeah. You must be really good at those magic 3D pictures. Yeah, I unfocus my eyes all the time, and then I zone out, and then my parents are like, "What are you looking at?" And I'm like, "I don't know. It's just my eyes are turned off. I'm listening to you, but I'm actually not looking. Like it's pretty much literally this." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not. I'm just not looking at anything right now." I can do jumps up to. I can't do double jumps, but I can do most of the single jumps. I can do single jumps. Yes, I'm seeing through everything. My tired vision. Yeah, it's just because I had to do it. But also, sometimes you just don't need to stare at stuff, you know? You just give your eyes a break. I feel like it's actually a good thing to unfocus sometimes. If you focus your eyes all the time, don't you get a little bit tired? Right? It's been a while since the last tutorial. I'm sorry, we're talking about ice skating, and I love it. Okay, one second. Let me open my blinds. Oh my god, there's lights! Holy shit! Holy shit, chat, there's actually light today. Oh, it's a little bit too bright. Oh, wow, it's really bright. Okay. It's really bright.